Okay, for Antigone paper, which I'm really excited for you guys about because it's an amazing piece of literature, number one. And number two, you don't have to take on any controversial topics or anything like that. All you're doing is just getting an opinion about something going on in the story. Really, a point more than opinion, but it is an opinion. And you're going to make your point. So when you watch a movie, which I did give you a little short little video thing to check out on YouTube that tells you a summary, kind of in fun kid form, of what Antigone is all about. But Antigone is also about the language and the beauty of the play and what is being said that has been so important for people to take note all through the centuries, all through the ages, all back to ancient Greece. So there's something being said there that's important, and that's what you're going to be looking for. What's important to you? Now, what I would do at this point, you do need to read it, and it's going to be tough because it's kind of dry language. But I know a lot of other teachers at VVC that are teaching it too to students your age. So we're all in this together, as I've heard a lot on the news lately, even a lot of topics. Let's remember that for this class. And if you need any help with it, I'm always available. Contact me and we can go through it. We could even do a little private lesson like this, or I could send you a video. There's lots of ways that I can have office hours during COVID. So, and even I could talk to you on the phone as well if you're getting stuck. It's really important for me to see that you get through all the topics of the class and that you come out with an understanding of English 101 like any college. This is not a discount English 101. This is the real deal. So getting back to our third paper, we only have 4, so hang in there. But on our third paper, Antigone, you're going to need to make a point. So what I would suggest doing first is reading it. That's what's going to take the most time. As you're reading it, you may choose to print it up. I think it's like 100 pages, so please don't waste all that paper. But have a notepad as you're reading, or if you know how to take notes on the PDF, great. Highlight things that are interesting to you. And as you read it, you should know what it's about by now. But as you read it, just be thinking, what's something I'm noticing here? Another thing that you can do as you take those notes is to think about the characters. Now, 2 characters that are really huge in this are Antigone, of course, and her sister Ismene. Oh my God. You know, I just realized poetically that is pretty darn funny. Her sister Ismene. Get it? Ismene. Anyway, I never noticed that. I've studied this since, I don't know, 97. I've been reading this and studying this. I never noticed that her name means Ismene, and I have COVID distance learning to thank for it. That's kind of funny. So you could actually, somebody could write a paper, Ismene is mean. Oh no, that's just, no, sorry, I'm getting off topic. Anyway, you got Antigone. Have fun with it too, by the way. It's really fun stuff. I love writing. I think I've shared that with you many times, but we're going to try and love this, okay? So I just put 2 up here. There's also Haman. You can look for your favorite that you like, that's interesting to you. But if I got, what are there about? I think there's about 20 of you or so. So if I got 20 papers and they were all on Antigone, that'd be fine. No problem at all. I just want a point about Antigone. I want you to make a point about Ismene. I want you to make a point about Haman or whoever else you pick. There's also Oedipus is even, he's not really in it, but that's her father, okay, who had sexual relations with his mother and killed his father. And then Antigone was the daughter. Did you pick up on that? That's pretty, ooh. So this is the early form. And there are some movies, like a cartoon movie on Amazon Prime. If you have that, you want to check it out, that might help you. But at this point, all you have to do is read it, get an idea, and write about it. So I hope that helps. I'll just give you an example. I hate doing examples because then everybody thinks they have to just copy it. But basically, the paper's going to be like this. Let me erase. I love being at home because if I don't have an eraser, I have a sock. right? So let me just get rid of this just real quick so I can show you. There is an outline and there is a rubric in Canvas, so make sure you look at that, found through the modules. And you'll find the text in there as well. I hope you've already read it. Come on, guys. We had a week off. That was awesome. We came back. We got right back on it. Hopefully you're reading about Antigone and looking at that library exam that you have to take. But I've extended that deadline to the 30th. So don't do that first. Do this first because this is coming due first. So, you know, like with all our papers, we have 5 sections. No matter what it is, no matter what you're going to do in college, you can always outline it. You can always outline it with 5 sections, okay? Your first section is a no-duh, I call it. Intro, okay? That's where you introduce it to your reader. You probably already were doing that in high school. Well, you are in high school. You're probably doing that in your other classes. But it's fair game for whatever you do. Even if you're writing a book or a thesis statement, like a thesis for a doctorate, those sometimes are hundreds of pages long, it's still going to have an intro. So you can always cut everything up into these 5 things. So don't get nervous. You guys are great writers, by the way. The whole class, everybody in here is a great writer. So then we have what's called the body of the paper, okay? Then we have the conclusion. So I just wanted to make it a little bit easier looking. The introduction and conclusion, you don't have to even worry about those. Those take 0 brain power. You do those at the end, after you've got the meat of your paper done. So you could say, is meanie, that's funny. I don't want to make a joke of it though, I'll be serious. So we'll do is mean, okay, here's my thesis statement that's going to be in my intro. Is mean, is afraid, and again, this is just my opinion. I feel I can prove it, and that's what you have to feel. You can prove it through the text. Now, wonderful Lynn Kai, I believe that's her name, Lynn. She sent me a question today. It was an amazing question. Thank you very much. She wants to know what the thesis should be, which really kind of prompted me to do a little explanation here, because I think I got it a little ahead of you guys, and I apologize. So I'm going to try to explain that. But you have to make a point about someone, okay, or something, but I think it's easier to pick someone, and you can just find the quotes from them. But you do not have to have outside sources on this. And if I made a mistake and put it on there that you have to have outside sources, then I apologize. You just need to have a quote, a quote, a quote. So 3 quotes. Now, they don't even have to all be about your person that you pick. Like you say, Ismay is afraid of society more than her sister dying. I mean, this is something I can prove, okay? With lines, I can even imagine them in my head. So I start out like this, but how did I know to put that? The reason I know to put that is because I've read it. So you guys need to read it or watch the movie, or I don't care at this point. This is a writing class, so it's okay. Find a movie, whatever. But I would really just watch the little cute video I gave you and then just go ahead and read it. I'm sure as you're reading, you're going to get ideas. Okay, that's what most people do. But if you don't read it, don't be surprised that you don't get what's going on. Okay? So after you've read it and you have some idea of a character you kind of like, maybe you only sort of understand it, that's great, no problem. What I'm teaching you how to do is write an advanced paper about a piece of literature, and that's what we're doing here. So you have to have a quote for each section. So what I would do is I would say, when she says, let's just say, no, sister. I think there's a part where she says, no, sister. Okay, so I would put that, and of course I'm doing shorthand here, but you should have an outline like this before you even start. It makes it so much easier. Okay, so there's your quote. You know where it is. You're going to quote it properly, MLA format. Look that up. If you don't have access to it, look it up. The Owl at Purdue. Type it in. I think I've shown you guys that a couple of times. It will show you how to properly cite And if you're doing a lot, then you have to set it off from the page. That's called a block quote. So look up MLA block quotes if you're quoting a lot. If you're just quoting a line, that's okay. You can just put the MLA format to cite it, okay? So, no, sister, you should not do that, for they will hang you, and they do not care. Let's say it says that. Then I say, I feel that this is a clear example that she is afraid of society, okay? Then you would go to the next one, you do your next quote, and you'd say that. Then you would say, and off the top of my head, I can't think of any, but I know they're there because I've read it enough. So you could do something else. She's never really gets sad about Antigone that I can recall. And I don't want to wreck your interpretation, but then I put another quote and then I write about how that shows she's afraid of society and not of her sister dying. The third one, the third point in my body here would be another quote, a third quote. So you only need 3 quotes. Did you hear that? Yes, you only need 3 quotes. Anything it says on the rubric, I will change. I haven't looked at it since last semester, so if it says, like Lynn was saying, that you need all these sources, just ignore that. I'm going to take that out. You only need the one source. The one source is Antigone. So if you have any questions, let me know. I think I've given you enough here to go ahead and do it. Go for it.